Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're here because we are about to completely transform how you tackle English summaries. If you've ever stared blankly at a massive block of text, just feeling totally overwhelmed about how to condense it without losing the actual meaning, well, you are definitely in the right place. Today we're exploring what we call the Sculptor's method. It's a technique that takes a really frustrating task and turns it into a clear, logical, and honestly pretty rewarding process. Let's dive in.
But first, be honest with me for a second. When you get an assignment to summarize an article, do you find yourself just kind of copying sentences word for word from the original text? Or maybe you start writing and suddenly realize, oh no, I am way over the word limit. Listen, don't worry, you are literally not alone. This is hands down the most common trap learners fall into. But today, we're going to fix it once and for all. So, here is our game plan for today. First, we'll look at the art of subtracting. Second, 3 common traps to avoid. Third, our core 4-step framework. Fourth, we'll do a live extraction demo. Fifth, concise paraphrasing. And finally, a daily practice challenge to lock this all in.
All right, part 1, the art of subtracting. This is a total mindset shift. Here's the core idea we need to start with. Summarization is actually not a test of your ability to write. Seriously, it's a test of your ability to subtract. I want you to think of yourself as a sculptor. You know, a sculptor doesn't build a statue by slapping on more clay. They start with this massive, heavy block of stone, and they chip away everything that isn't the statue. When you summarize, your job is exactly the same. You're chipping away all those heavy, unnecessary details to reveal the beautiful, clean skeleton of the author's main point.
Moving right along to section 2, 3 common traps. These are the mistakes you really want to avoid. So if we want to be master sculptors, we have to know what ruins the stone, right? Trap number 1 is copying word for word. All that proves is that you can read, not that you actually understand the text. Trap number 2, adding your own personal opinions. If you write, I think, or in my opinion, you are instantly going to lose points on a summary test. A summary is strictly about the author's ideas, not yours. And trap number 3, which is probably the biggest one, including way too many specific examples. Doing that totally bloats your summary and basically guarantees you're going to blow right past your word limit. Okay, section 3, the 4-step framework to help you sculpt perfect summaries. Consider this your golden roadmap. Step 1, figure out the paragraph's role. Is it stating a problem, offering a solution, giving a conclusion? Step 2, extract the key points by mercilessly cutting the examples. Just toss them out. Step 3, paraphrase those core points using your own words and keep it simple. And we'll talk more about that in a bit. And step 4, check and adjust your word count. It's incredibly logical, it's reproducible, and honestly, it works every single time. Section 4, live extraction demo. Let's actually apply that chisel. Let's imagine we're looking at a text about the issue of illegal parking. Here is the raw text of the second paragraph, which is focusing on solutions. It says, to solve this problem, some cities use strict rules and technology. For example, cameras can record illegal parking and fines are given. And it usually goes on to talk about train stations, shopping centers, police patrols, all that stuff. That is a ton of information, isn't it? But watch this. This perfectly illustrates the subtraction phase. We are literally going to strike through the specific examples. For example, cameras can record. Boom, gone. Near stations and shopping centers, gone. Officers patrol streets, cross it out. Why are we doing this? Because these are just highly detailed illustrations of the main idea. They aren't the main idea itself. Now, look at what we are left with. After chipping away all that heavy excess stone, the remaining skeleton is beautifully simple. Cities use rules and technology. That is the absolute core of the paragraph. It's clean, it's incredibly concise, and it captures the exact meaning without eating up your precious word count. And if we apply this exact same chipping process to a standard 3-paragraph essay, we end up with a perfect structural skeleton. Paragraph 1 gives us the problem. Illegal parking causes problems. Paragraph 2, like we just saw, gives us the solution. Cities use rules and technology. And paragraph 3 provides the conclusion. Education and combining methods are important. This simple 3-element skeleton, that is the entire foundation of your summary right there.
Next up, section 5, concise paraphrasing, making simple, effective shifts.
So many people totally panic at this stage, thinking they need to use incredibly complex academic vocabulary. You really don't. You just need simple, effective shifts. Take a look. Serious problem easily becomes serious issue.
Dangerous transforms into put people at risk. Use cameras becomes use surveillance systems. See? You are just proving to the examiner that you understand the concept well enough to explain it in slightly different, but still very simple terms. Let's see how this all comes together by comparing two completely different results. Over on the left, we've got a summary that falls straight into those traps we talked about. It says, I think tablets are useful, which adds personal opinion, and it includes totally unnecessary details about health. Now look at the right side. This is our high-scoring summary. It relies entirely on our extracted skeleton, seamlessly connected with our concise paraphrasing. It's objective, it's precise, and it sits perfectly within the word limit. It is exactly what examiners are looking for.
Finally, Section 6, the Daily Practice Challenge. Time to build those sculpting muscles. Listen, you absolutely do not need a massive, heavy textbook to get good at this. Every single day, I challenge you to find just one short English news article online. First, note the main topic. Second, extract just 3 key points by completely stripping away all the specific examples and quotes. And finally, write a simple 3 to 4 sentence summary using your own words. Honestly, it takes maybe 10 minutes, but doing this daily builds incredible summarization muscles. Pretty soon, you'll start seeing the skeleton of texts instantly without even trying. So, I'll leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought for the day. Think about the very next article you read, whether it's about the latest tech gadget, sports, or global events. How would you summarize it using only 3 core elements? Remember, don't try to write everything. Pick up your chisel, chip away all that excess stone, and reveal the core underneath. Thank you so much for joining me on today's explainer. Keep practicing, keep sculpting, and I'll catch you next time.